3 weeks left of Zegama, and it really feels like things are getting serious now. So these are the last weeks where I can really put in a big training effort and try and increase my chance of doing well in the race before I start resting up. And I just had another really good training week, some quality running and also some skiing. It was actually my birthday, so we headed off to the mountains for 2 days to do some skiing, and on the Monday I didn't run either. I went for a nice adventurous ski with Killian. So that meant that it was actually not that much running at the beginning of the week, but I did do one really big session with Sebastian. It was this specific session here where I did an absolute favourite, which is where you do some uphill at threshold and then some flat intervals and then some more uphill again. So you can see, did a big rep of this 700 metre hill and then down again, and then another rep and then down again. And then we did 3 by 10 minutes on the flat there, and then up again. So that was a really big session. Not often I do that big of a session, over 2,000 climb, around 25K, so 3 hours. So that was a great workout, but definitely felt like it was good to have a bit of a rest afterwards. So then we were off to the mountains for a little bit of fun skiing, where I got incredibly sunburnt, so that wasn't the best thing. But that really meant that there was a lot of running to do later on in the week when we did get home. So hit it off with a bang on Friday and got the hard session done. And I really felt that so far this year I've struggled to really spin my legs naturally. So my legs just haven't been turning that well. So I figured one of the best sessions to improve that leg turnover would be to head off to the track and do a track workout. So me and Ida went to the track on Friday, and the plan was to do some 400 metre intervals, but she's got a great workout where you include some longer efforts within the 400 metre intervals on sort of more like an undulating type trail. So we did that. She calls it the lumberjack. So we can have a look here. We started off with 4 by 400 metres, fast but still sort of controlled-ish, so I'm not getting slower. I can manage that speed throughout the entire session for all the reps. So I started off with 4 reps, which was the plan, and then this 12-minute. It was actually a little bit downhill next to the river on a gravel path, and then back uphill on the road. And then I did 5 by 400, and then another lap of that terrain loop, and then another 5 by 400. So it actually felt like a relatively short session compared to some of the other sessions I've done, but that's great, and it actually did feel really effective. I felt in the days afterwards I could already feel my legs spinning a little bit better, and just it was just a little bit easier to run at a relatively good speed. But Saturday it was a big bonus session, so it wasn't one that was planned in, but I went to the lift, actually ran down to the lift and did some laps of the lift to sort of like a easy, steady effort. So I got like a little bit of base building work done there, because I really feel like I did a lot of training through the winter, and I don't want to completely lose that base because the season is long. And I felt like the energy levels were good enough, so I went and did that bigger session just to maintain that base a bit. But that did leave 2 key sessions for Sunday, which is not like the best thing to do, but I still felt like it was more than doable. I did the power sprints in the morning, including a road loop before and after a steady effort, and that felt really good. And then it was a bit tough to get out to do the leg conditioning in the afternoon, especially because the weather took a turn for the worse, but I know that is a really important session for me to get done to improve my uphill running, and I really wanted to do it with a weighted vest as well. So I took the 5 kg weighted vest and did 2 laps of about a 450 metre hill, and I really find that is like, yeah, one of the best sessions for me. So it was really good that I managed to get that done, and that completed the week. So I got all the key sessions done and still a lot of sort of base training as well, even whilst maintaining good energy levels. So looking forward to next week. Like I said, the weather has taken a turn for the worse. It's been really sunny for about a month, so that makes it really easy to get out and train, whereas now it's looking absolutely terrible. It's going to be around 1 to 3 degrees and rain, so maybe some snow as well, and just miserable. So that might be good, because I mean, who knows, in Zegama it can be really rainy and really wet, so it's good to do some running in the wet, but it certainly makes it a lot harder to get out and get training. So I need to make sure I remain motivated, because racing season is coming and I need another few weeks of good quality training. Henrietta's actually away this week. She's on a training camp with Arc'teryx, so I'm home alone. So I'm kind of feeling like this is a bit of a, I don't know, at-home training camp for me. I've actually started, today was the first day, with a cold shower as soon as I wake up, and this is something I've done in previous years to really make sure I'm focused. I mean, it's not a very nice thing to jump in a cold shower the first thing in the morning, but if I'm focused enough to do that, then it means that I'm going to be focused enough to get all the training done as well. So I've started with that, and I'll try and do that every day this week, and hopefully moving forwards into the summer. Last thing, I think one of the things I'm most worried about is if Zegama is really hot. So that is a possibility. It could be really wet or it could be really hot. So I am thinking, we're 3 weeks out now, about doing a little bit of heat acclimatization, namely in the sauna. So I think I'm going to actually, while I'm here, I can add in, just build next week, and I can add in at least 2 heat acclimatization activities for next week. And I'll put one in on Friday. So that's a little sauna protocol that should help with the heat, and while I'm here I can also mark up the really important session for next week, which is the second race simulation. So I'm going to do that one, as that specific session will be my race simulation, and I'm on progression 2 now, which is the 2/3. So that's going to be the last really important workout before Zegama, and I'm going to try and do that one really well, practice fielding kit, and I'm going to try and drive somewhere with more similar trails that have melted out towards Zegama as well. So I'm going to really try and nail that workout, and obviously get the rest of the workouts done in the week as well. So we'll see how it goes.